Richard Wagner's Prose Works. Richard Wagner's prose works are deemed as being culturally important and is part of the knowledge base of civilization as we know it. His collected works in 8 volumes were published between 1893 and 1899 and are classified as public domain. Overture to Tannhäuser by Richard Wagner, translated by William Ashton Ellis. From Richard Wagner's Prose Works, Volume 3, The Theatre, published in 1894. Original title information, Overture zu Tannhäuser, published in 1853. Sämtliche Schriften and Dichtungen, Volume 5. Translator's Note. Appeared in the Neue Zeitschrift for January the 14th, 1853, with a note written by the composer on the occasion of the performance of this work at Zurich. In letter 56, Letters to Ulig, Zurich, February the 26th, 1852, Wagner writes, "At the first rehearsal of the Tannhäuser Overture, the orchestra begged me to give them an explanation of the contents, after the manner of the Coriolanus Overture, as it would enable them to play better." Overture to Tannhäuser by Richard Wagner. To begin with, the orchestra leads before us the Pilgrim's Chant alone. It draws near, then swells into a mighty outpour, and passes finally away. Evenfall, last echo of the chant. As night breaks, magic sights and sounds appear. A rosy mist floats up. Exultant shouts assail our ear. The whirlings of a fearsomely voluptuous dance are seen. These are the Venusbergs, seductive spells that show themselves at dead of night to those whose breast is fired by daring of the senses. Attracted by the tempting show, the shapely human form draws nigh. 'Tis Tannhäuser, love's minstrel. He sounds his jubilant song of love in joyous challenge, as though to force the wanton witchery to do his bidding. Wild cries of riot answer him. The rosy cloud grows denser round him. Entrancing perfumes hem him in and steal away his senses. In the most seductive of half-lights, his wonder-seeing eye beholds a female form, indicible. He hears a voice that sweetly murmurs, and the siren call, which promises contentment of the darer's wildest wishes. Venus herself it is, this woman who appears to him. Then heart and senses burn within him. A fierce, devouring passion fires the blood in all his veins. With irresistible constraint it thrusts him nearer. Before the goddess self he steps with the canticle of love triumphant, and now he sings it in ecstatic praise of her. As though at wizard spell of his, the wonders of the Venusberg unroll their brightest fill before him. Tumultuous shouts and savage cries of joy mount up at every hand. In drunken glee, Bacchantes drives their raging dance and drags Tannhäuser to the warm caresses of love's goddess, who throws her glowing arms around the mortal drowned with bliss, and bears him where no step dare tread, to the realm of being no more. And it says in brackets, Nicht mehr seine, close bracket. A scurry like the sound of a wild hunt, and speedily the storm is laid. Merely a wanton whir still pulses in the breeze, and wave of weird voluptuousness, like the sensuous breath of the unblessed love, still sails above the spot where impious charm had shed their raptures, and over which the night now broods once more. But dawn begins to break already. From afar is heard again the pilgrim's chant. As this chant draws closer, yet and closer, as the day drives farther back the night, the whir and soughing of the air, which had erewhile sounded like the eerie cries of souls condemned, now rises, too, to ever gladder waves, so that the sun ascends at last in splendour, and the pilgrim's chant proclaims in ecstasy to all the world, to all that lives and moves thereon, salvation won. This wave itself swells out the tidings of sublimest joy. 'Tis the carol of the Venusberg itself, redeemed from curse of impiousness. This cry we hear amid the hymn of God. So wells and leap each pulse of life in chorus of redemption, and both dissevered elements, both soul and senses, God and nature unite in the atoning kiss of hallowed love. And that concludes Wagner's description of the Overture to Tannhäuser. And that is the end of this audio reading.